dies of a heart disease. At first, her widower seemed connections within influential circles to aid Hitler in his rise to power. When the Nazis win the general election in 1932, Goering becomes president of parliament. His office with Hermann Goering as a member. Goering has reached his foremost goal, to bring Hitler into power. They are determined to transform Germany into a dictatorship. 12 years later, after a brutal and bloody war is lost and more than 50 million people are dead, Goering will be the highest-ranking survivor.
¿Te quedaste con ganas de saber más? www.natgeo.tv. Los convictos más peligrosos te invitan a pasar un fin de semana junto a ellos. Atrévete a pasar 2 días dentro de las cárceles de máxima seguridad. Especial Correccionales. El sábado 20 y el domingo 21 a las 8 de la noche en Nat Geo. 8 meses después del 11 de septiembre. Si alguna vez sentiste que te estaban observando, tenías razón. Conoce por dentro la nueva tecnología que permite identificar, monitorear y rastrear personas y objetos.
I visited many Gestapo offices and I found documents lying around on the floor saying this man shall be executed. I picked them up off the floor. There were many, many documents that were not destroyed that we...
Hideous crimes committed by their government. War crimes investigators rarely find eyewitnesses to Nazi atrocities who are prepared to testify.
I did interviewing, and very often I was used for translating documents, and suddenly the door opened and in walks a man, and he looks gray, he looked small, maybe 5 feet 6 or 7, and dirty, and he was unusually distraught.
Hermann Graeber once ran a factory in occupied Ukraine using Jewish slave labor. One morning, the Jews didn't show up for work. Graeber tells the investigator what he saw when he went looking for them in the Jewish ghetto.
Then he stood there, and there began a tragic procession of people, men, women, children, and most of them were totally naked. They were pushed down the stairs, and when they reached the bottom of the stairs, there were standing people with machine pistols and shotguns.
After concluding his preparations in Washington, the American chief prosecutor flies to Europe. His mission is extremely rich. Thinks that under existing laws, the German war crimes are punishable anyway. The Soviets resent Jackson's vision of a new international criminal law.
The Soviets took the view that a war of aggression was an international crime when committed by the Nazis. My father took the view that there was no such crime known, that a war of aggression per se was the international crime, from which all other crimes during warfare flowed.
The Allies finally agree on this key point. The tribunal will not allow the Nazis to defend their actions by claiming the Allies have also committed crimes.
They just came up with kind of a blanket rule. We will find it no defense to say, but you did it too.
Justice Jackson is soon convinced the building can be refurbished in time to house trials. And the symbolic value of Nuremberg is compelling. Where it all began, it was to end. Before the war, it is in Nuremberg that the Nazis hold their monstrous party rallies with mass parades. Huge crowds celebrate the Führer and his henchmen. few weeks of coming to power, the Nazis and Hermann Goering
never had before. And we all were aware that from now on, when the doorbell rang at night, we could not be sure that it was the milkman or the Gestapo. This we learned, and it was...
Each prisoner is lodged in a separate cell and not permitted to speak except during